What's up, guys? Welcome to another episode of Real Estate Podcast, episode 232. I'm here with Griffin.
I'm here with Trav.
And I'm here with Adam.
This week we watched the Dallas Buyers Club. Travis is back.
Travis is back. What,
Yes,
y'all
he's
want to do
back.
a little housekeeping before we
Back
move
again.
on?
Housekeeping.
All right, Trav. We need 2 ratings.
All right, man.
Velvet Buzzsaw. We
Okay.
each gave it a half star.
All right. Well, I hate to be a barrel of disappointment, but because of my situation at the time, I never got around to watching it. So that's going to
Don't
be
watch it.
left as a. I'm going to go on y'all's half star reviews and assume that I probably
You
would
gonna
give
give
it
it an
no star
honorary?
or a half. I'll give it an honorary sorry. That's-
All right, I'll note that on here.
but yeah, well, what next up?
Nightcrawler.
Did watch this. It was a revisit for me. It's a star, dude. Jake Gyllenhaal, man. There was this scene. It was something I talked about Adam off pod. There's a scene in Nightcrawler, man, that just it gave when someone's performance is so good that like when they do some facting, as Adam has called it.
Yes.
It's that shot where he's trying to bullshit someone, I think it's that guard I'm trying to remember. But dude basically tells him in those certain terms to fuck off or whatever. Like, you can't bullshit me. I know what you're up to.
Yeah.
And there's that moment where Gyllenhaal looks at him. He has that look on his face and then points at him like, all right. Like, I see you.
Yeah.
I just remember that being creepy as shit to me, man.
I think it was the guy that he asked him if he was hiring, and he said, "I don't hire criminals or thieves."
Yeah.
And he pointed at him and was like, "Okay,
Yeah.
okay."
That was just, I don't know, that was a good bit of facting that always stuck with me for some reason,
Yeah.
But yeah, dude, Nightcrawler gets a full star for me, man. That was it's one of those movies too, and I don't know if you guys brought it up on the episode or not, but just how gaunt he looked, the way his face, just the sunken eyes, he did his own version of Christian Bale going full mechanic,
Well,
Yeah.
we got another one of those this week.
Yeah,
we
right.
sure fucking did. We sure
Dude,
did.
when
We
this movie
no,
went off,
we got a twofer on that, really.
when this movie went off and the credits rolled and it said Matthew McConaughey, I was like, "What? He was in this movie?" Because
I know,
he
right?
just like transforms
Yeah.
into this
I mean,
character, dude. The first scene you see, like, we don't even see him lose weight over time. We get straight
No.
into it. He's banging some chicks at the rodeo, which I didn't know they let
Yeah.
you do.
but yeah, man, full
doing
start for
little
me
toot.
on Nightcrawler though. But yeah,
And
I'm ready to dive into this too.
like,
Little
whoa,
toot.
dude.
Little nose candy.
Yeah.
Um,
This is the first time I've seen this movie. Never watched it. It's been
yeah.
out since 2013.
My wife watched it.
I always meant to. Age
I-
is a bit
yeah.
of a bummer, dude. That's not
Yeah.
something. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Well, you know where the movie's
I
going.
already know it's gonna be sad, and I tend to.
If it's not the main character, it's his homie. You know,
Like, I've watched Free Guy 3 times. It's only been out a few days.
Right.
But I mean, after having watched it though, totally understand why Jared Leto
Yes.
got the
Wow.
props he got from it. Yeah,
Right.
absolutely, dude. Acted his fucking ass off, man.
Yeah. He both of them
Yeah,
fully transformed into
they were like
Their-
trying
their
to outact each other.
I
like,
mean, dude, late game McConaughey has been it's almost a solid now. Like he's hit that threshold where like very few actors get to cross into. Like Jack Nicholson when he's in the movie, dude could be picking his nose and eating Cheetos. He's gonna do it with a fucking sense
They
of
do have
bravado
pan
that you're
ass.
like you believe him,
yeah.
And I think McConaughey's up there. He's a sure fit for whatever role because he knows the roles that he can do
Yeah.
clearly. And
That's a
the
good
same for
cowboy.
Leto. Leto's always in the drama
Yeah.
genre. Leto has always been on fucking point, man.
Yeah. And like I've watched this movie several times because I remember watching it back in the day. You know, it got so much buzz when it first came out
Yeah.
that it was almost hard to ignore to an extent. You know,
I remember around Oscar season for this. Didn't we? Didn't some of us just kind of shot in the dark pick this movie as some of our picks? It's
We weren't doing the
it seems
podcast then.
no.
it seems
This was
well like
2013.
no like
We
but
started
there
16.
was something we did though where that movie kept getting brought up.
It's been mentioned several times. Griffin's
Wow.
brought
Yeah.
it up quite a bit.
Yeah,
It
That's
got
probably-
6
that's absolutely-
Academy Award nominations, including Best Picture
Which-
that year.
I mean, which
It won 3
rightfully
Oscars.
deserved.
I mean,
What best supporting?
And then, like, you
Was
know,
it-
they do the total of like all the awards, you know.
Yeah,
So out of it got 48 wins and 84 wins out of and 86 nominations total.
Jesus
I mean,
Christ.
that's a feat, dude.
Yeah,
Well, you know,
legit.
I've seen it. We've seen him. Did True Detective come out after this? It did, right?
Yeah.
Like maybe 2014, something like that. 2 years later.
Yeah,
I don't. This,
It was
I
def-
think
it was
this
in
was
that-
the point where McConaughey was like, hey, I want to say some acting, you know, like
Well, I
Yeah.
mean, this was in that little gap of years where we got Dallas Buyers Club, Interstellar, True Detective, all his other
True
shit,
Detective
you know.
was 2014.
yeah.
What
Blood
about Killer
came out
Joe?
before this, but yeah, like Killer Joe's not the best movie, but his performance in it is.
That's yeah. Oh yeah. When
Something.
we're down to brass tacks, like, and you're watching it, yeah, you could. At this point, dude could be in a movie. Both actors.
He's so good.
Both people could be it. Like for instance, Leto. He's one of the best aspects of fucking Blade Runner 2049, and he's probably in that movie all of like 15 minutes.
Yeah,
total
right.
screen
well,
time, you know?
the movie we watched here a while back, The Little Things.
Yeah,
Like
Yeah.
you're in a movie with Denzel Washington. You call him Zell, and what's that motherfucker? What's fucking iRobot's name?
Will Smith.
Rami Malek.
Oh,
Freddie
that's Mr.
Mercury.
Robot.
Is it
Yeah.
Mr. Robot?
Yeah.
He's a robot. Like you're in a movie with those guys and you're still holding on. Like you're
Yeah.
able to like do something where it's like, okay, we notice you.
Yeah, yeah, right.
That walk.
And then knock it out of the park too.
That weird fucking gait he had with that walk,
Yeah.
like, it was just
That walk
strange.
had a noise gate on it. I don't know how you do that. But
Like, he probably had a hell of a vintage record collection
So
that no one ever gets to look at.
so I knew, like watching the movie, I was like, okay, they're gonna get close.
Yeah,
Like, and they get real close. Like that scene where the guy in the grocery store don't want to shake his hand,
yeah, yeah,
and he fucking gets him, and I'm like, get him, fuck him up, you know?
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Shake
And
his
then
fucking
just
hand.
kind of felt bad for the dude. Like,
Seeing McConaughey kind of start to get it, and not really get it, but you know, be more sympathetic to different walks of life. You know, kind of
Yeah.
seeing him
Yeah.
loosen
and
his.
you see
his-
him grow
his-
because at the beginning he's like,
Yeah.
ain't no Peter Puffer. You know?
and that's
It's
the
like,
that's the hallmark of a good movie and a good story, is when your main character
grows.
is different. Yeah, it grows and is different at the end, but that journey is just as enjoyable as seeing your protagonist's final form.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's one thing that, like, every time that I've mentioned this movie to anybody, it's like the idea of it's cool, you know, like what he was willing to do when he put like what he was actually capable of doing when he put his mind to something is just it's so incredible, it's ridiculous. But the main thing that I'm like, it's their chemistry that they have,
Yeah.
because him going from like
Fuck you.
average American white male
in
in
the
the
80s. Yeah.
yeah, to
And-
being
well,
someone.
and in this time, that was the thing where, you know, everybody thought that AIDS came from, you know, doing homosexual activities.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Not the case, you know. But it,
No,
you
not
know,
the case
everyone
at all.
just like, you know, he finally remembers sleeping with a girl with track marks, and he's like, God, that's when he
Yeah.
was like, God damn it, in the fucking library, he remembered, like,
Yeah.
fuck.
Like Well, this is one of those also those films where when you take away the situations and you're just looking at it in terms of like how friendship kind of gets born from time to time.
Yeah.
You see that kind of happen, in the movie as well, where they get to the point, all throughout their growth as their relationship grew through the movie, they had those moments where they just jab at each other, like
Yeah. Yeah. Well,
especially at the beginning, man. Like, when when dude gets in the car with him and homeboy pulls a gun, he's like, "You motherfucker! Like, what are you doing?" And and he's like, "Nah, I'm fucking here to get some
He's
shit,
like, calm
dog."
down,
Like,
sugar tits,
yeah,
yeah. Yeah. Well, and it's one of them situations too where it's like you see, of course, the character development of Matthew McConaughey's character, but at the same time, it's like he still he still treats him like he would normally treat
Yeah.
him.
Where's the
But
idiot
there's
at?
this but there's this mutual understanding of respect between them that allows them to be able to know that like there's good intentions there.
Well, what
And
happened
that,
was when they were in the hospital and he got that cramp
yeah,
and he
work it
rolls
out.
up. He's like, get it, get it, get it, get it. And then he's like, all right, that's enough.
Yeah.
He's like, you got to drink water. You got to.
Gotta be hydrated.
They both had a scene too where like McConaughey in the car when he's doing all this riding around, he's got this gun. I think he was thinking about shooting himself.
Yeah.
And he does this cry.
The breakdown.
Yeah, dude. And like, I'm like, dude, you look dehydrated. You look very unhealthy right now.
yeah.
Like, what did he put his body through?
Yeah.
Another thing I want to point out too about McConaughey as an actor, he's the only motherfucker that I could sit through a film with him on the phone. I could watch 2 hours of him on the phone just bitching someone out.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, because he's like, get me fucking Israel on the phone. I don't give a fuck.
like think of every movie that's ever had him on the phone. Like he's always looking off. He got the hand to the mouth, staring off again. And he's like, well, then what the fuck is he waiting on? Or some shit like that.
And then you see the scene with Leto in the hospital when he's like, I don't want to die.
Yeah,
It's like, oh man, this is.
Or fucking.
I knew he was gonna die while he was gone. Like.
Or when he goes to talk to his dad.
Yeah.
That was a great scene. It was so intense though.
He said, well, God's helping you out.
Yeah.
I've got AIDS.
He's doing you a favor.
And you could tell the dad was like, oh, I didn't want to hear that. Damn.
Yeah.
So he cashed the money out because they needed the money. But then you notice, like, so he goes in there. He ends up dying in the hospital. He goes to the doctor and he's like, you fucking murder. Don't let him murder your kids.
Yeah.
Well, remember that scene where the kid shows up earlier and he's got $50 and he's like, this ain't some kind of charity thing. Like, if you ain't got $400, get the fuck out. Like, it's a club. Well, then when he comes back from the hospital, he walks in there and that black lady's like, these people are here. They've been on the, the AZT. They don't know if they have enough money to switch over. And he's like, fix them up.
Yeah.
Because that shit was killing people.
Yeah. It was
a
poisoning
failed
their
cancer
bodies.
drug.
Yeah.
That the company wanted to sell. And they did. They made a bunch of money. And, they even tried to say towards the end that they used it. They give it to people in smaller doses. And but it really, if you go look at any of that stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a lot of people out there that have filed lawsuits because they lost their parents on it. Killed them.
Right. Yeah. But, this is just one of those.
When Leto drops that stack of cash on him and he counts and he goes, did you sell your ass?
Yeah.
I mean, they were like their chemistry, dude.
Yeah. Or when he goes in there and he's like, dude sitting on the floor and he's got his like house coat or whatever lifted up. He goes, stick it in, pussy.
Yeah.
I was like, God damn.
He said, who's going to do this when I'm not around?
Yeah. Said, stick it in, pussy.
That motherfucker lived 7 years longer.
Yeah.
That doctor told him he had 30 days. And he lived 7 years.
he almost died at that 30-day mark.
Yeah.
Like, how many times did he pass out?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
when
and
he
the
tried to
ring,
punch that guy and he was laying out there in the rain, like,
yeah. He's like, you got fucking pneumonia inset, you got full blown AIDS now, like
been put
you don't
poison in
have,
your body. You got meth,
yeah,
cocaine.
marijuana,
Come on, die, you know.
yeah,
I think I can watch McConaughey do anything.
yeah,
Like, he's just a good actor.
yeah, he
That
is.
transformation, because like Jared Leto, dude, kind of looks like Jared Leto with,
Yeah,
you know,
with
girl
makeup
clothes on. You know,
Yeah,
McConaughey looks like he went vegan real
he
quick.
dropped a bunch of weight, man. Like a crazy amount of weight.
yeah,
And like that, when you see him, you know, they show the shot where he's laying on the bed in Mexico, and you can see his legs and stuff.
yeah.
It's like,
You
yeah,
can
this
see
ain't
all the
prosthetics.
ligaments. No, dude, he actually fucking thinned down for it, which is insane.
Well, it sold it.
Yeah,
Just
Do you
imagine
think
seeing
he
him like.
did he crash diet for it
I mean, it's not healthy to lose that kind of weight.
that quick?
Well, you know, Christian Bale had like problems
yeah,
Oh yeah, he's
after
probably still taking shit for it.
after losing that kind of weight, and I'm sure he had like a nutritionist. He did the smart way, but still,
yeah,
I mean, doing shit like that is why really small individuals, like small framed men, not to take that they can't buff up for whatever, but people who constantly are changing their physiques like that,
yeah,
that's how people of that type of body type, that's how they can get fucking diabetes and shit, man, because they're constantly keeping their sugar in flux, their intakes, all that stuff. I'm not a fucking medical person whatsoever, but
yeah,
I'm
but it's
sure
not healthy.
there's something to that, you know, like.
But it sold it.
yeah.
Like
Oh,
the
absolutely, man.
look, the dad when he was like sitting there with that 1,000-yard stare,
Yeah.
you know.
Or how about when he bullshitted his way through the FDA the first time when he went to
Yeah.
Mexico?
Yeah.
As the priest.
And yeah, and he was
Yeah.
like, "That's my 30-day supply. I take 30 pills a day."
Yeah.
You know, he's like, "As you know, I'm sick, son." Oh, fucking what's his name? What's that guy's name? Howard Stark from Iron Man played the FDA agent.
Yeah.
No, that wasn't him.
No, it was
No, he's
lawyer?
CIA. He's CIA from the fucking the first Transformers movie. That's like, we've been following Megatron for quite some fucking time. Come to this dam with us, y'all. Like, no, I mean, that's
It's
more
like,
or less what he
"Goddamn."
said. Yeah, we turn this dam into a goddamn. Why? Come inside and you see it and you go, God damn, you got a Megatron.
I
And
don't
it's just
normally like
it's a big screen.
Jennifer Gardner, but I liked her in this movie.
Yeah, I did too.
I don't normally like her.
Yeah. I mean, like the lengths that he was willing to go to in order to try to like, I mean, of course he's making money, you know,
Yeah.
he's trying to keep himself alive. He's trying to keep, you know, Rayon and some other people that he's close to alive. But like the lengths that he's willing to go to, and then to have this like personal battle with the FDA themselves and the pharmaceutical companies.
Which is nutty, man. Like,
Yeah.
it's all about money.
Yeah.
Like, when I was sitting here watching this, I'm like, man, we're kind of dealing with something, you know what I'm saying? Hit a little too close to home.
Yeah.
Right
Oh,
about
yeah.
now, where there's stuff you can take,
Yeah.
but they don't want you taking that.
Yeah.
They want you to
And
take this other thing. It's like, yeah, but that it may not be healthy.
yeah.
You know, they've been giving people this medication for 30 years, and they're
Yeah.
fine. But you won't, you know.
It's so fascinating his outlook on it. And he got that outlook from the doctor that was in Mexico, but he's like, you have AIDS and you're going to have AIDS for the rest of your life. What you have to learn how to treat is the side effects of that.
Yeah.
You have to stay healthy. You have to keep, you know, your body and your mind both healthy in order to be able to maintain
Yeah.
a life doing
Yeah.
that. And him having that conversation where he's like, he was reading off all the side effects of the AZT and all that
Yep.
kind of stuff, you know, And he's just like, these are all the side effects. Like, this is what's killing the people.
Yeah.
They're putting the poison in their body. Like, we need to treat the problems that people are having. Like, you know, him passing out and all that kind of shit. Where, like taking that protein
For the memory.
Yeah, and it's like this helps like patients with Alzheimer's. It's like, why the fuck is that not here?
Yeah. Why is that? Why do you have to go to Mexico to get that?
Exactly. Yeah.
That was one of the things Mel Gibson, when he was on Rogan, he took his dad to Mexico for treatments for that.
Yeah.
And like stuff you can't do here. It's strange.
Yeah, I know.
Having been around that, the medicine that they do give people, Aricept, which is one of them, very expensive.
Right.
Very expensive. Like, it helps you hang on to like what you have a little bit. You have, you know. So if you're full blown gone, you can't take it.
Yeah.
But if there's a little bit of you there, you can take that stuff, and it does help. But it's very expensive.
Right.
And some people just can't afford it.
Yeah. Which is fucking insane, you know?
Here's a little thing out of the trivia down here. So the film had such a low budget that the makeup budget was $250.
Jesus.
The makeup artists were able to work with the amount, and the film still won an Oscar for best makeup and hairstyling. So that probably helped them. You know, boost it up, make it look bad. Like,
yeah.
That's crazy. I'm wondering what the budget. Like, see, this is a, you know, of course, based on a true story.
Yeah.
But like, this was a true story that needed to be made into a movie.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Because it never would have.
Or no one would ever know.
No. And I went up one of the last times, not this time, but one of the last times I watched it. I went up and read up on the guy that everything was based off of.
Yeah.
And like, I mean, he was a fucking hard ass on this FDA shit.
Yeah.
And about trying to, you know, he did the Dallas Buyers Club and made money and all this kind of stuff. But like, at the end of the day, he was really promoting that, like, we have vitamins and things that we can treat people with now.
Mm-hmm.
Let's push that. Let's not try to sell them some other, you know, whatever. So some alternative that may or may not work, and it may actually end up killing people.
And he had proof.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Proof.
He said they don't want to see my files.
Well, it was working with him too. Remember when they come and they confiscated all of his shit? That's when he had that breakdown in traffic.
Yeah.
Like all of a sudden, he just didn't know where the fuck he was at.
Yeah.
Because he didn't have his medicine. And then he took his, you know, the cop took him home and was like, gave him some of the medicine he gave him for his father.
Yeah.
It's just crazy, man, that there's stuff out there that can help people.
Yeah.
But if you ain't in the right club or playing the right game, like you shit out of luck.
It's a sad fucking movie, dude.
Yeah, I know.
It's like, I mean, it's hard. It's one of those things where it makes this movie hard to recommend. You know what I mean? It's hard to recommend a movie that's such a real downer, because this is some shit that obviously hits home to a lot of people.
Yeah.
So I mean, I mean, for that, obviously it's worthy of its accolades, but it's like, man, like, we're gonna have a fun-filled, entertaining evening. Are we gonna watch Dallas Buyers Club? Like,
well, and they try, you know, for the first like when McConaughey's on, he's on.
Yeah.
You know, he's fucking being slick and doing neat stuff, cool stuff, you know.
Right.
Like when he brings that fucking sombrero in there and puts on her head, and he's just like, "I'll see you later," you know. He was still in their fucking script pad.
Yeah.
And she ended up losing her job because she went in there and she said, "Lower the dosage."
Yeah.
Because they knew that the high dosage was killing them.
Yeah.
So she said, "Lower it." And how fucked up is that? Like, look, man, I've got a disease that's gonna kill me soon.
Yeah.
And they're like, "Okay, you can be in the trial. Half the trial gets the real pill.
Yeah.
The other half gets a placebo."
Yeah.
Motherfucker, I'm dying. Give me the medicine.
Right? Yeah.
I'm already dead. I mean, you might as well, try.
Yeah.
You might save a life, one day.
Well,
But that's fucked up. Like,
yeah, and my thing is like, where's the control group at on this?
yeah.
Like, you would think that they would give, 50 healthy people placebos and this
Yeah.
to see if there's any effects to people
Not
that
people that
aren't
already have a
suffering.
compromised immune system.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. And then it goes to show you, like, in order to make this the way that everything is supposed to be set up, they're supposed to test this, get all this data back from the tests. Then the FDA is supposed to go in and approve it. They're not supposed to just like grandfather shit in, are they?
You mean just Uh-huh.
You know what I'm saying?
Uh-huh.
Like, it's a little fucking
Sounds familiar.
yeah, very.
Yeah, man. And then it was a failed cancer drug that this company had a lot of. And a certain little weasel that y'all have seen on TV quite a bit in the last couple of years.
Yeah.
Helped them sell it as a treatment for cancer. I mean, AIDS. But it was a failed, like it was you, but they spent all this money making it.
Yeah.
And they were like, well, maybe we can repurpose it. How much kickback would we get if we could repurpose that?
I mean, they would be able, yeah. I mean, they would be able to recoup a large percentage, if not all of their money.
Yeah, they made money. They made some of it back.
Yeah, because the AIDS epidemic that happened was fucking massive.
Yeah.
And that's where that in itself should have been a sign to show you, like, how misinformation and knee jerk reactions.
Mm-hmm.
Because, like, look at his story. Like, he finds out that there's a drug, AZT. He's taking a shitload of it. Yeah, you're not supposed to take that much, but still, he's taking a lot of it, and it almost fucking kills him itself.
Yeah.
Because of misinformation. Yeah, exactly. Before the AIDS. And all that is all predicated on misinformation. He didn't get the information that he accurately needed. Like, he read it, and he's uninformed when it comes to, like, dosages and things like that, because he's just like, well, if I take more of it, then it's going to help faster.
Yeah, well,
right?
when he first got it, he took one, and he's like, well, this should take two. I just started,
yeah.
I'm over here like, how does he know that that's not the placebo?
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like the guy, they don't know what's in the bottle.
No.
Like, they don't know. I guess it's marked somewhere, but because you'd have to know, but.
Yeah.
But, the one reason those doctors, man, that get involved in those trials, like, by doing the dirty work, his hospital's going to get a kickback, grants.
Yeah.
Money. And it's like, sometimes you just wish people like that would catch it.
Yeah, so they had to deal with it.
And then I bet the tune would change. When he goes to the doctor in Mexico, he's like, that shit's poison.
Yeah.
That's killing you.
Yep.
Throw that away.
He's like, I'm going to give you some shit that's like, that's tried and true.
Proven.
And yeah.
But for some reason, he's illegal.
Yeah.
In the U.S. Oh, it's not FDA approved.
Yeah.
Well, I thought it was funny when they were in the grocery store, though, and he's like, look at this, FDA approved. This shit will give you cancer.
Yeah.
These processed foods.
Yeah. It's insane, man. You can draw so many parallels from this film to what's going on currently.
Well, I wouldn't be surprised, dude, if, like, 10, 15 years from now, we see a movie based on now. And, someone taking drugs that have been around a long time instead of the drug they want you to take. And testing, negative 2 days later.
Yeah. And here's what's insane, man. Like, a lot of the people that I talked to, like Trev, you had it, right?
Yeah.
Did they prescribe you any medication?
No.
Vitamins?
Which I did not inquire on it. It's probably going to be
But did you go to the doctor?
I did. Well, no.
Well, you got tested, right?
I got tested. Mine came back positive that I did in fact have it. There was a comment in my form. It may not mean anything, but I took it as something. They weren't able to disclose or to verify what variant I had because of how little of the spike protein was in my sample.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So I feel like for that purpose, like I very much dodged a bullet there.
Yeah.
And in terms of like contracting serious, like debilitating COVID, you know.
Right.
Well, it was just like having a
But
cold, right?
you know, yeah, absolutely. But you know, uh, most of the people that I'd been in contact with that had it, like you, Griff, and several other folks, it was vitamins, man.
That's
And
it.
and it's one of those things, man, where uh I wasn't able to get like bottles of certain vitamins, particularly zinc. And you know, the I ended up buying stuff like one a days,
Yeah.
vitamin
It's
water,
better than
like
taking nothing.
the poor man's treatment, you know.
I will say for
Right.
anybody listening that needs zinc, they're keeping it behind the counter now.
Yeah.
You have to go up and ask them it's behind the counter.
Well, they can fucking keep it.
Yeah, and they will only let you buy one bottle.
But I was on a heavy vitamin regimen for the better part of all of my quarantine from work and everything.
I tell you, man, you should keep taking them. Like
And
a
I
one a
am.
day or something.
I do.
I'm
That's
doing my
exactly what I
vitamin
was.
C, my
That was
D3. As soon as I
a
can get my
point that
hands on a bottle of zinc, I'm gonna start taking that. And just
Yeah.
And I mean, and I'll be honest, taking those vitamins, I naturally just felt better.
yeah.
Outside of like, you know, feeling better when I felt bad and all of the psychological things that come with, you know, everything
Like
that's just
I
coming on
have
right
this
now.
fucking thing that's killing people, and
Yeah.
yeah,
But you know, I'm not a doctor, none of us are and everything, but I feel like it sounds like it's common sense, but common sense ain't so common.
Yeah.
Like you were
Uncommon
saying,
sense.
Adam, with, you know, for anybody that's listening, dude, vitamins, whether you have, you know, the trending sickness or not, um, take them. If Hulk Hogan gave any advice that was sound, it was take your fucking vitamins.
Yeah. And that's
So
I started taking one a day, which before before we got sick and everything, I was already taking multivitamins and a couple other things like magnesium and stuff like that. Um, but I've continued to take them.
yeah.
yeah, same here.
I'm on it,
Long
dude.
after.
Every day.
Yeah. And like one of the things that, and I don't know if this is related to the sickness or anything like that, but like, so after we had it, I was fine. Everything was fine. Then when I had the kidney stone, that was rough,
Mm-hmm.
having to deal with that shit. And I've seen stuff online where people have said like, you know, never had them before, tested positive. Now I've got like I've had my first kidney stone, or I've had several of them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I've seen some of those things, but one thing that's happened with me is like before I started taking the vitamins again, my fucking hips, my fucking legs, particularly my shins, for some reason, has just been so fucking sore.
Like cramping.
Like, yeah,
Oh, like
cramping
kind of
and
like achy when you get sick.
yeah,
Yeah, like a flu ache.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And it's just a persistent thing. And I've been taking vitamins and stuff. Now, if I stay up like a really long time without like sleeping or anything like that, then they start to hurt a little bit more, this, that, and the other. But since I started taking the vitamins, it's minimized a lot of that, getting the
You
potassium
had
and a
some
lot of the other stuff
deficiencies,
in your
huh?
body.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely, man.
Yeah.
You know, I'm on my feet most of the day with my job, and after, you can tell coming home from, any person that works 10 plus hours, when you come home, you know it's coming.
Yeah.
It may not be right when you sit down. It could be in the middle of you trying to sleep, man.
With
But
them
you'll
restless
wake up
legs,
and your legs will feel like they're turning into the legs of the Wicked Witch of the
like
West
you just want to
when
chop them
they
off.
roll up. When they roll up under the house, dude. Like, yeah, absolutely. In those brief moments of agony, you're like, cut them off.
Yeah.
Get
Please.
fucking like stop it.
Yeah.
And
You gotta stay
but yeah,
hydrated too.
hydration and
Water,
vitamins, man.
vitamins. I never thought I'd be one of those people.
But
I'll put it this way. For any listener, if you're sitting in a man cave and you ain't a gym rat, buy a fucking box of vitamins.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
it'll do wonders.
You can even look at your fingernails. If you have those little white spots on them, then you have a zinc deficiency. And I had those spots like my whole life. I had little dots on I didn't know.
Yeah.
And I'm over here like, why I need zinc? And it's like, why you need air? Why you need water?
Yeah.
But yeah, man, one of the days, and the thing that I clung to for several days was vitamin water, particularly that body armor shit.
Yeah.
I used to think it's a meme drink, like it's out, everybody's drinking it, whatever. High in a lot of vitamins. I took that in tandem with some, one a days and stuff. And, I felt rough for a couple of days, and I was fine, and I just kept taking them, and I've felt fine since, man.
Well, see, now y'all got the best antibodies you can get.
Exactly.
You've had it.
You mean I homebrewed when I wasn't thinking about homebrewing?
Yeah.
Homebrewed. Anyway.
Dallas Buyers Club, though, man. I know that I've talked about this movie a fucking ton on the podcast because, all right, so my journey to Dallas Buyers Club was, I mean, McConaughey, right? Didn't watch Mud at the time. Always thought of McConaughey as either the chick flick guy. He'd show up in comedies from time to time. He's gonna,
Was it True Detective?
It was, yes,
Yeah.
it was True Detective. And then once I saw that and saw what this man is capable of,
Yeah.
then that's when I was like, this movie got nominated for a lot of awards. I love Jared Leto anyway because huge fan of him since Requiem for a Dream. Even though that's a whole, like, I would rather watch Dallas Buyers Club 3 times in a row than watch Requiem for a Dream. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Good movie, but eventually it becomes that movie where it's like, let's get to that scene where chick's flipping out and seeing her fridge shake,
Yeah, yeah.
Which that woman's a very good actress, by the way. But anyway.
Yeah. But I had to go back and check it out. And then from the time that I watched it, I was just like, because there's so many layers to unpack in this film. You see this man's like descent into like desperation and then like rising from the ashes like a phoenix. You see his bout with the FDA and what he was trying to prove there. You see him developing a very unlikely friendship with someone that he fucking downright hated.
It changed him.
Yeah.
Yeah. And he brought the McConaughey to this movie,
Yeah. I mean, and yeah, because he sold every second of that's like whenever he goes into that house, he's looking around at that house and everything, and he's like, this is a fucking shithole. And they're like, nah, dude, we're giving it to you. Like, we want you to, and then that realization, that realization in his head right there, where it's like, yes, these people are my clients, but like we're helping each other.
Yeah. Well, he helped them.
And like, yeah, exactly. And that right there, like he was still the same person at the end of the day. Like he may not have been as homophobic or anything like that, but he was still the same person, still talked to people the same way and everything. He just had this respect for these people after everything he had been through, and because he's experiencing the same shit that they're experiencing. He just didn't take it take it from a
Easy.
dick.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
No, it's not.
Yeah. I mean, he got it from some fucking crackhead.
Yeah.
So.
He was slaying some gushy, dude.
It's too gushy.
But the scene where they're in the gay bar, that he
Yeah,
didn't want to go in, and he's sitting at the bar looking around, everybody's dancing, and then he starts smiling. He's like, all right. I thought for a minute he's gonna get up and start dancing with him, but he's like, you got to crawl before you can walk.
Well, like I think, and you bringing up that bar, I think that leads into a good idea, because we really elaborated on his character and how he changes throughout the film. Well, in that bar, I don't know if it's the same scene that you're talking about, but it's the one where he sells that first batch to that guy, and that dude looks at him, and with a little bit of facting and some good delivery, he gives him that literal genuine thank you, beyond what the scene's about, beyond what sexuality, any of that shit, man. Dude's sick. Dude had something that could save his life.
Good.
And he was able to do that. And guy was like, "Thank you." He showed that genuine gratitude, and like you were saying, McConaughey was like, "All right, fuck off."
Yeah.
Like, not fuck you. You're welcome.
You want a hug?
Yeah.
And then by the end, when Leto gives him that money, he goes into the other room and he just fucking hugs him, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That hug was big.
Those two scenes kind of encapsulate, or at least bookend, his journey in a way.
It was amazing. I'm giving it a full star.
Oh yeah.
I already knew I was, but I'm giving it a full star. It's just very well written.
I agree. I agree. Even with the rating, man, I give it a full star, and I'll even say this is the movie you're gonna sit next to Green Book on your shelf.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And never mind what the topic's about, just those movies, those dramas that are they're real.
Yeah.
Like, we tend to have a certain avenue we go down in the pod where you kind of get an idea what kind of movies that we typically end up watching and stuff. But every now and then we'll pull one of these out and go, "Hey guys, look at this,"
Yeah.
Yeah.
And this is definitely one of those gems, man. It belongs up there. It's if you are a lover of cinema, or a collector of it or anything, like, it's one you should definitely have on your shelf.
Yes, I agree.
Full star.
100%. Yeah.
$5 million budget.
It's amazing.
A little bit goes a long way.
55 million in the box office. And that's the thing, man. Like, with that kind of budget, McConaughey's taking less pay.
Oh yeah.
But he still put so much into it.
Him, Leto, everybody.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
Steve Zahn.
and I've said a lot throughout this episode, removing implications and scenarios and stuff like that, and honing in on certain parts. Well, at the big picture, like, this is one of those movies, kind of like Green Book, where it's very much like you owe it to yourself to watch it.
Yeah, movies like that, you'll take something away. I took something away from this movie.
And there's enough there that you can take away as much or as little as you want.
Yeah.
Because like you can take away the, him kind of becoming accepting and understanding and all that, but you can also take away like how the FDA really is and how fucked up all that stuff is, and then how people are treated, whenever there's no cure for something, or there may be a cure but nobody know, you know what I mean? Like,
when there's a cash grab.
Yeah, exactly. Fucking cash grab.
Great movie.
But I got a little bit of movie news here. Y'all wanna peep it real quick? All right. So first up, I saw this and I had to do it. So the Evil Dead Groovy Collection brings the movies and TV show to 4K Ultra HD this November.
The whole collection?
The whole thing. The fucking kit and caboodle. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So we knew Evil can be so groovy, or who knew Evil can be so groovy? The original 2 Evil Dead films, as well as the 3-season Ash vs. Evil Dead series, is coming home in the Evil Dead Groovy Collection, arriving November the 16th on 4K Ultra HD plus Blu-ray plus digital from Lionsgate. The cult horror favorite Bruce Campbell returns in this collectible package, as well as Ellen Sandweiss and Lucy Lawless. The Ultimate Collector's Edition, the Evil Dead Groovy Collection, will be available on 4K Blu-ray digital for the suggested retail price of $79.99.
What?
Yeah, dude.
Wow.
Yeah.
Worth it.
That's going on the shelf, man.
Yeah.
Oh man, if you're a shelf sitting kind of man, dude, you owe it to
I'm
yourself.
surprised they didn't go with an October release, but anyway.
So I'm looking at the disc here. So is this Evil Dead excluding Army of Darkness?
Yeah. That's the only one that's not in there.
That's my only that is my only fucking complaint.
Why?
Because it's part of it.
Oh, I mean, why is it not in there? Jesus.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Well, I think
bad.
it's
Is it
I think
different
it's
film
the same.
company or?
Yeah, because they couldn't reference Army of Darkness in Ash
The
vs.
show.
Evil Dead
Yeah,
because
that's
I
right.
think
They don't own the rights.
I think Fox owns the rights for Army of
Well, they
Darkness.
need to come off it.
Or Fox
man.
did, and then I think I don't know who owned the rights. Lionsgate obviously owns the rights to the rest of it now, but I think Fox had the rights to Army of Darkness, which break them off. You know what I mean?
It's Warner Brother. It's on HBO Max.
Okay, that makes sense.
There you go.
Yeah. So it's got everything, which I've got all 3 of them on Blu-ray already.
Yeah.
But I don't have a box set of all of them
well,
together.
What's nice is the show.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
The show comes with it, and it looks like there's quite a bit of special features.
Oh yeah, there's a ton of special features on here. And it comes with a says Blu-ray special features: Swallowed Souls, The Making of Evil Dead 2, Cabin Fever, Behind the Scenes of Evil Dead 2, Road to Wadesboro, revisiting the shooting location with filmmaker Tony Elwood, Evil Dead 2, Behind the Screams. That's all the Evil Dead 2 stuff that's on the 4K Blu-ray. There's a booklet too that comes with it. I can't find where that's at.
Well, the DVD special features, you get all kinds of stuff: reunion panel, makeup test, like the cutting room floor, all kinds of stuff.
Yeah,
it's loaded down.
Yeah. So
and affordable, dude. I'm surprised. I was thinking that was going to be over $100.
I was thinking 130.
Yeah.
I don't know why, but I was feeling 130 on it. But $80 for all that, I mean, you're doing yourself a disservice by not getting it.
Yeah, so you get the 2 movies and the complete run of the show.
Yeah,
that's
3
awesome.
seasons. Yeah. I want it,
Yeah.
It comes out 2 days after my birthday. I might have to treat myself. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I ain't going to tell nobody.
Don't cheat yourself.
Yeah, right. Next up, Spawn reboot will avoid retelling the origin story from Todd McFarlane's comics. Comic book writer Todd McFarlane has assured fans that the Spawn reboot will not simply rehash the character's origin story. McFarlane, who plans to direct the reboot should it ever get off the ground, was adamant that the project avoids hitting the same beats as the 1997 effort, holding out for script writers who could bring something different to proceedings. I didn't want to do the comic book origin story from issues 1 through 3 in the movie. We were looking for people, without even telling them that, to give something a little bit different. Unfortunately, 80 to 90% of them, according to the other person involved who was interviewing most of them, were falling into the trap of retelling the comic book story in the movie. We saw that movie. That movie came out 20 plus years ago from New Line. So what haven't we seen that would be interesting and relevant today, both in terms of filmmaking and social content? The scriptwriters who was eventually able to find a different way into the world of Spawn is Broken City screenwriter Brian Tucker, who is currently working on the script for the reboot. Todd McFarlane was asked what exactly made Tucker the top choice, which led to the comic book icon teasing the announcement of another big name. Well, it wasn't just my decision. There's a handful of other people working on it that we haven't announced yet. One of the people working on it that is going to be a big name when we finally get to announce it. I think he said he went through close to 100 scripts by as many people as he could. We were looking ideally for someone who could bring a voice to the character on two levels. I'm just a white Canadian kid. I haven't lived the life of a man in America of someone with dark skin. We thought it was important to get the perspective of somebody who has, someone with that perspective coming in and adding a slightly different bent to what you and I, as comic book readers, already know as to what Spawn is about. It says Blumhouse Productions have also since confirmed their involvement with the Spawn reboot. And while the likes of Jamie Foxx and Jeremy Renner have previously been attached to star, it is currently known whether they are still on board. So, and I think that that's fair, right? I mean, you can get the Spawn backstory. Like, to me, what it sounds like he wants to do is almost a continuation
just pick up.
Yeah, more or less. Because we don't need the Spawn backstory. He makes a deal with the devil at the end of the day. Like it's pretty much that simple.
We don't need to waste 2 hours telling that again.
Yeah. I mean, of course it gets more complicated, this, that, and the other, but like at the end of the day, that's that, you know.
And he's still involved?
Todd McFarlane?
Yeah, like he's gonna be working on it.
He wants to direct it, yeah. So we'll see. I hope it gets made. I think that, like, I honestly think that it's time for, you know, we have had some mature comic book movies and stuff like that, but I think it's time to kind of journey into that side of it a little bit more. You know, that's why, like, I'm very hopeful that they end up doing another Ghost Rider film or series, but also I'll hope that everything's right with doing that, where they can actually take it where it needs to go. You know what I mean? So, but that's just my own personal 2 cents on it. What do you think, Trav? Pick up, you know, reboot or like full on reboot origin story, or just basically, you know, picking up in the story somewhere?
He's muted.
Oh, he might be in Cogspeedo. We'll come back to him.
I'm all right with it. I'm all right with whatever Todd McFarlane wants to do.
Yeah, me too.
I'm glad that he's involved, and I hope it's rated R.
Yeah, and that way, if it's fucked up, then it's on him.
Yeah, he can't blame anyone.
Exactly.
And I think Blumhouse will let him do whatever he wants to do.
Yeah, exactly.
It's a good company to do that at.
Yeah. And I think it'll be relatively low budget, but it doesn't have to be a larger budget. They'll be able to pull something off like that on a $20 million budget, you know? They might get 50, and if they do, then more power to them. So, so this is something that I thought was kind of interesting. Marvel sues to keep Avengers, Iron Man, and Spider-Man rights in the MCU. Disney's Marvel heads are taking action to ensure their MCU money printing machine can continue unhindered by the heirs of the comics creators. Iconic comic book creators like the Avengers, Spider-Man, Doctor Strange, Black Widow, Ant-Man, Hawkeye, Iron Man, and Thor that have populated Disney's worldwide blockbusters are embroiled in a tug-of-war that have both heirs and Disney filing suits. Lawsuits have been filed against the heirs of some late comic book legends, including Stan Lee, Steve Ditko, and Gene Colan. The suits seek declaratory relief that these blockbuster characters are ineligible for copyright termination as works made for hire. If Marvel loses, Disney would have to share ownership of characters estimated to be worth billions of dollars. Notices of termination began last month with Steve Ditko's estate administrator filing for the termination for the use of Spider-Man, which began in comic book form in 1962. Under the termination provisions of copyright law, authors or their heirs can reclaim rights once granted to publishers after waiting a statutory set period of time. According to the termination notice, Marvel would have to give up Ditko's rights to the iconic character in June of 2023. The line of termination notices is getting longer. Larry Lieber filed termination notices over his creations this past May, along with the heirs to Don Rico, creator of Black Widow. The group is being represented by Mark Toberoff, experienced in the world of comic book lawsuits, and who represented Superman creator Jerry Siegel and Joel Shuster, I can't ever pronounce that dude's last name, in a termination attempt against DC for which he lost. So, I mean, at the end of the day,
they bought it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And I get where they're coming from. You know, that's something I actually heard a while back. Tell them Steve Dave was talking about. Walt was talking about Mickey Mouse.
Yeah.
Well, Mickey Mouse is almost old enough to be in public domain.
Yeah.
But that's Disney's bread and butter, dude. They'll figure something out.
They're going to have to rewrite.
Yeah, they'll figure something out.
Yeah. Because whenever they established these copyright laws, they never thought that something would have the longevity of Mickey Mouse,
no,
you know?
No.
So,
sorry about that, guys.
Or like these characters, they never knew that they were going to be making billions of dollars.
Yeah.
They were comic books.
And that's the thing. It's like, you know, Disney bought the rights to Marvel, right? Well, for most of Marvel. I guess it would all have to come down at a certain point. It's like, how much are these people willing to settle out of court for?
That's what it's going to be, money.
Yeah. Because
it's just a cash grab. I mean,
yeah, like the article said, it's like if they would still be able to use those characters to make movies with.
But then anyone else could, right? They'd have to pay them.
No, they would have to pay the estate.
Yeah. They'd have to share.
Yeah, they would have to cut them in for a percentage. And it's like, I guess Marvel or Disney could go in right now and try to negotiate it to where they don't have to cut them in for a specific percentage. But these people know, like, how much money has all of the Marvel properties made since Iron Man?
Billions.
It's a lot of, and the you know, these estates, you know, these heirs know exactly how much money have been made. Yeah. I'm sure that they have the exact dollar amount, you know? So I don't know.
Something's going to have to change there because they bought the rights.
Yeah.
They own it. It's not fair for somebody that created a character 40, you know, I don't even know what the time span is here. But however long ago can just come in and be like, well, I created this character. It's like, yeah, but you also sold it.
Yeah.
You don't own it no more. Like,
well,
it's all about money at the end of the day. If they just pay them, everything will be fine. Well, they just want money.
And all right, so it's like they created the character under the banner of Marvel. And I'm guessing that the contract agreement at the time was like any characters that you create will remain basically in Marvel's custody at that point.
That was the deal with Stan Lee.
Yeah.
Well, Stan sold the company.
Yeah.
You know, he sold it.
Yeah. Right. But I guess it comes down to individual creator rights at that point. Because Stan did sell it, but so Marvel technically has
they would have had to go in and rewrite negotiations, and they couldn't change that shit.
Yeah. Yeah,
I do know that I mean, everybody knows this, dude. You don't want to go to court with Disney.
No.
Because they're not going to run out of money.
No, not at all. Ever. Not even if there's a fire. Yeah. You know? But
I mean, they'll do what they got to do to keep it.
Oh yeah, for sure. And that's like, to me, I understand that the heirs want to get their cut too, because because their family put this work in. It's generating cash like
and
it's
they've made
fucking printing money.
pennies on the dollar.
Yeah.
Like, let's, you know.
Yeah. So I think that, I think that it is fine time for them to cut them in a little bit, but no, they don't like, there's not going to be a world that exists to where you have to pay Stan Lee's estate for every character that appears in a Marvel movie. Could you fucking imagine? Like Endgame.
Well, they won't make them they won't make as many. Like,
no.
Characters won't be appearing.
No.
Because they'll have to weigh that. They're like, do we put them in there? I mean,
yeah.
Is it worth it to have to spend this much money?
I feel like successes like Guardians of the Galaxy show that Marvel probably can throw shit together if they don't have the big people and still make a gajillion fucking dollars.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, my question is that when everything was being negotiated at the very beginning, how did people not see that whether this
fine print,
whether this was going to become as big as it is now or not, that it was still going to have a sliver in mainstream pop culture because you're dealing with characters that have been around for a very fucking long time.
Yeah.
So even if every one of these movies sucked fucking ass, there would have still been a community that backed them.
Yeah, for sure. They would have still made money, maybe not as much money as they made, but like you said, it's like Disney should have crossed their T's, dotted their I's when it came to this stuff, and maybe they weren't able to, right?
Yeah.
Because I mean, Stan passed after the sale happened. But you got to think that a man that's that old. So I don't know. They've got Disney has a plan, and I think Disney's plan is to walk tall with a bigger stick, or whatever it is. Like they've got all that money to back them, so nobody's gonna. Yeah, the mouse money.
They'll just pay off who they got to pay off.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
What they'll do though is they'll get them in there and they'll say, "All right, we want 100% rights. What's it gonna take?"
Right.
Yeah.
Like, dude, the House of Mouse is built on the corpses of fallen franchises.
Because if they're like, "Well, we want half," it's like, no, not getting half. And if you keep showing your ass, we just won't make any more movies. So you can either get some money or none.
Yeah.
Because they'll shelve those characters.
Yeah. And then you'll have a lot of people.
And then you won't get nothing.
Yeah.
You're going to play ball. They got good lawyers.
Yeah. For certain, For certain. Next up, we have Daredevil star worries that Spider-Man rumors could ruin his chance at MCU return. So it says here that Daredevil star Charlie Cox continues to deny his involvement in any further Marvel project and is now concerned that all these ongoing rumors could affect his potential return in the future. The actor, whose portrayal of the Man Without Fear on Netflix was so well received that fans have been crying for him to come back ever since cancellation, has once again had to rebuff speculation that he will reprise his role in the upcoming MCU sequel, Spider-Man No Way Home. My answer is no comment. I don't know what's going to happen. I genuinely don't know. That was a quote. While Charlie Cox has no doubt gotten used to denying his involvement in the movie or any other project set within the Marvel Cinematic Universe franchise, the actor is now worried that the constant questions and rumors could hurt his chances of ever returning, should that be Marvel's plan. Also, if there was a chance of that happening in the future, I don't want to say something that could potentially jeopardize those chances because the people high up at Marvel, maybe they see this stuff or hear what I say, and maybe that influences. I don't know. I have no idea. I love how passionate the fans are, and I feel very, very, very touched that so many of them have gone online and made their voices heard about the desire for me to come back. Says enough time has now passed that the rights to the Marvel Netflix properties such as Daredevil and Jessica Jones have reverted to Marvel Studios. with rumors quickly spreading that Charlie Cox will return as either Matt Murdock, Daredevil, or both in the future adventures of Peter Parker's Spider-Man No Way Home. Reports have even claimed that Cox has been spotted on set and filming for a short while on the project, with many still expecting Peter Parker to require the legal assistance of Matt Murdock. The rampant speculation was reignited recently thanks to the San Antonio-based Celebrity Fan Fest revealing that the Daredevil star had canceled an upcoming convention appearance because of a last-minute filming schedule change during a time when Spider-Man No Way Home was reportedly undergoing reshoots.
This sounds like somebody that's NDA'd out of his fucking mind, you know? Like, they got to give these guys a break. You know, ask your question and then drop it, man. They can't. They'll get in trouble. You know, there's that footage in that trailer where it looks like he's standing in there when they're questioning him.
Yeah.
It looks like him. That's why everybody thinks he's in it.
Yeah. Yeah, and you're exactly right about that. And the thing is like, okay, he's afraid that, you know, he doesn't want to say anything because he doesn't, you know, want to ruin his chances at coming back and all that kind of stuff. I get that. But there's too much support out there to bring this guy back. He's relatively still unknown. So his fees to be able to be in a Marvel project are going to be way lower than, let's say, Tom Holland or, you know, Chris Hemsworth, Chris Pratt, or any of those guys. So, like, I don't think that he's going to fuck up his chances of coming back. I think, if anything, that Marvel would be fucking insane to not bring this character back in some capacity eventually.
I think that's why they set it up with the rights. Like,
yeah,
you get it. You know, we're too busy doing this phase of the story, so y'all can have these rights right now. Do your thing.
Yeah.
And then that's like the dude that plays the Punisher.
Yeah, John
he should
Barenthal.
Play the Punisher. I mean, he did a great job. But
yeah,
I get what, you know, like if he says anything, they'll be like, "Fuck him. He'll keep his mouth shut."
Yeah.
You know, we'll cut him out of the movie altogether.
Right.
And that kind of sounds like that's what he's saying. He's like, I don't want to say nothing because.
Yeah, because he doesn't know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
He doesn't want to ruin his chances.
They don't normally tell him. Like,
yeah.
You're getting redacted scripts, you know? Like,
yeah. Well, and maybe he is in Spider-Man. Maybe all this is just kind of like a publicity thing. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Because, like, you had the dude that played Doc Ock come out and he's like, yeah, I'm fucking in it, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And then we've, you know, heard rumors, but I don't think we've heard anything official from, like,
Willem Dafoe.
Heard
his
Django.
Voice in the trailer.
Yeah.
But that was it. That was clearly his voice.
Yeah. So it's like nothing has been official, but they're not hounding him.
Yeah.
They're not hounding Willem Dafoe the same way they're hounding Charlie Cox.
Well,
you know,
Willem Dafoe's not doing these little Skype interviews.
Yeah, exactly.
You know?
Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
With whoever the fuck this guy is.
Yeah. And to me, what it feels like is like if he is in the movie and Kevin Feige's out there, like, I want you to go out there and do as many interviews as you possibly can.
Yeah.
We're going to pay you for them, but we want you to deny it to the very end. Yeah. We want you to fuck with these people so bad. And I could see them doing something like that. Yeah. I could see them doing that for sure, you know?
We need you to lay it on thick.
Yeah.
Well,
just
they
like
want people like they've already released several names of people that's going to be in the movie, but there's still going to be some shock. You know, when you go in there and it's like, holy shit. Because we're pretty sure the other two Spider-Men are going to show up, but we don't know for sure.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, exactly.
And then when you see them, it'll just be like, ah! Like, it's just going to be fucking everybody, dude. Everybody's showing up.
I know. Well, that's like we talked about last week where Tom Hardy had that hat on.
Yeah.
For Spider-Man No Way Home. And
definitely wearing that hat.
Yeah, and it's like, is he going to be in it? He's not saying shit. He's saying that he would like to. But,
well, didn't Jared Leto, like, someone in that Morbius
Yeah, it's Morbius. Yeah.
Morbius movie was like, yeah, it's Marvel,
Yeah.
and they were like, you know,
Shut the fuck
yeah.
up. Yeah. Yeah.
I can't remember who it was that said it. It wasn't Leto, was it?
No, it was Batman. Michael.
That's right. Keaton.
Oh fuck. Yeah, Michael Keaton.
Whoa, you forgot.
Because I know. Doug.
Doug. He was
because
like,
you know
it's a Marvel movie.
yeah,
Pretty much what he
because
said.
he had a cameo in the trailer, and
Mhm.
he was just like, "Yeah, it's a Marvel thing." And then fucking Feige called him and said, "I will fucking end your life
Yeah.
if you open your mouth."
I am
And he's like,
Feige.
"What?" It got Beetlejuice on him for a
Yeah.
second. So, but yeah, I mean, I honestly hope he's in there, and I hope that they find a way to bring the character back because we've already got his origin story.
Yeah.
We've also already got several of his like kind of key story arcs that's already played out in the series. So like, why can't they just throw him
Just
in there
build
in a
off
team
that.
up? Yeah, they don't have to explain shit other than having him show up. He's blind. He's a badass. That's all you need to know.
Well, that's like the guy that plays Kingpin.
Vincent D'Onofrio?
Yeah, I haven't seen all of the Daredevil stuff, but did they kill him on that show?
I don't think so. I haven't watched the last
Then
season
he
of
can
Daredevil
still.
yet.
I mean, why would you have anyone else?
Yeah,
You've got a
exactly.
Kingpin.
Right.
You've got some backstory, several seasons already.
Yeah.
You know.
Same thing with Punisher. I mean,
Yeah.
that whole second season of Daredevil was the Punisher origin story.
Yeah.
So, fuck it. Let's do it, you know?
And everyone loved that shit. Like,
I know, dude, right?
I was surprised
So,
when it got canceled.
well, it's the whole fucking Disney Plus
Well,
shit,
I
you know?
think too what it was like they told the story. You
Yeah.
know, like this was, this is only going to go so many seasons. Now these characters can show up a few years later.
Yeah.
When it's their
What
time.
have they been doing? Yeah. And who knows, they might do like a crossover event to where it's like the Netflix stuff was technically canon,
Yeah.
but what if it wasn't canon in the same way that we think is canon?
We're rocking different universes here, you know?
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
a multiverse,
Yeah.
baby. Like,
yeah.
what if in this world Daredevil's not blind? I'm just kidding.
Yeah. That would be fucking crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, how would
what
that
if,
work, you know?
Here you go, though. What if in this movie that we get, he is the lawyer? He's not the Daredevil, and he's not blind, but he is the lawyer.
I mean, that
could happen because
yeah,
you got 3 spots. You know what I mean? Like,
they've already did that in WandaVision where they cast the Quicksilver from the X-Men universe.
Yeah.
And then it was like, oh, it's fucking Quicksilver, bro, from the fucking.
What is it?
It's like, yeah, exactly, right. So, all right, last up, we've got some great news here, guys. So we talked about this like forever ago that they're doing a animated Super Mario Brothers film, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I think the consensus at the time among all of us was like, we'll believe it when we see it.
Yeah.
You know? Well, now we've got cast confirmed.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just going to run through. I'm going to do a speed run here, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Chris Pratt is playing Mario. Charlie Day is playing Luigi. Anya Taylor-Joy is playing Princess Peach. Jack Black is playing Bowser.
Wow.
Seth Rogen is playing Donkey Kong. Keegan-Michael Key is playing Toad. Fred Armisen is playing Cranky. Kevin Michael Richardson is playing Kamek. I can never fucking pronounce it. The fucking wizard dude from Mario. And Sebastian Maniscalco as Spike.
You know?
Yeah. I mean, what a fucking cast. I never in my life would have thought that they would have cast Chris Pratt to play Mario. Or fucking Charlie Day to
Star-Lord.
Yeah. Or fucking Charlie Day to play Luigi.
And I can't believe that all those people are in it.
I know. Jack Black as Bowser. I mean, come on, dude.
Did you see what John Leguizamo said?
No.
He's blasting the movie.
Oh God.
For
Did
the
he watch the
lack of
movie
diversity. After they cast Luigi with Charlie Day.
Well, who the fuck are? Who's he suggesting that they cast?
Maybe an Italian. I don't know. I mean, there's definitely other people. You know what I mean? When you look at the list here, it's like, well, there's we got some women. We got Is he just mad that he didn't get it? I don't know.
Probably.
Charlie Day's perfect.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't think that Star-Lord is fucking Italian, but I'm sure he can play one.
Yeah, yeah. Well, they're doing a voice too.
Yeah,
it's not like they're doing
cartoon,
the actual,
bro.
On-screen portrayal of these people. So I don't, John.
Yeah, dude, don't be a dick because I like you.
Yeah, I do too. Yeah, but don't fucking don't go big britches over here. You know what I'm saying?
Dude, I saw a clip of him the other day, and like he had these 2 guns, and he's like old fucking Ben, dude, suave motherfucker,
Oh shit!
And I'm over here trying to figure out. I'm like, what is this from? I start reading the comments, and I'm like, oh, it's that fucking movie you were telling me about. Yeah,
the Romeo and Juliet.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, dude. He's fucking.
He
decked
looks
to the
badass.
Yeah,
that made me want to watch it. Seeing that clip of him.
Have you ever seen that, Trav? The Leonardo DiCaprio version of Romeo and Juliet?
Years ago. Years. I don't even remember it.
I mean, it's not bad, right?
I just remember it was weird because like my mind didn't wrap around the concept of like an old story told in modern.
Yeah.
So it was, and I mean, I was really young when that movie dropped, dude.
Yeah.
So it's one of those things where it just wasn't my cup of tea.
I'd like to revisit on the pod sometime because I was talking to Adam about it one night. I was like, might have been on the pod. But it's a modern day telling of Romeo and Juliet, but yet they speak in the way that it was written. It's like it's such a fucking crazy clash of like whatever the fuck you want to call it. But it's it's Leo,
Yeah, Leo.
Yeah. So I think that it's worth, worth podding at some point.
Maybe. I mean, I would like to watch it with fresh eyes and a mature mind.
I've never watched it because, like, when I was younger, they were like Romeo and Juliet movie, and I was like,
yeah,
that's all I needed to hear. I was like, yeah, I'm not really into that. But after seeing that clip, I was like, okay, that looks interesting.
You know what we should do? We should do a Shakespeare month whenever that fucking Zell Shakespeare movie comes out. The
Tragedy of Macbeth.
Yeah. You haven't seen this Macbeth trailer yet, have you, Trev?
No.
Oh goddamn, dude.
Yeah.
You're about to fucking. I'm gonna throw it in
there because it's a teaser. It's short, but it's worth watching.
It's so fucking good.
Yeah.
Yeah, black and white.
And Zell's playing Macbeth.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Okay.
And they got the aspect ratio kind of like the Lighthouse.
Yeah. It looks amazing, and reviews are in. They were saying who was it, Joel? Is it Joel Cohen?
Yeah.
Why hasn't he been making Shakespeare movies this whole time? Like, people are praising the fuck out of it. So
yeah, I can't wait to see it. The trailer looks amazing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Speaking
of trailers.
Yeah.
Yeah. I have seen people. I want to do an honorary mention real quick. You remember that this Squid Games or whatever?
Dude, Twitter is going crazy over that Squid Games.
That's what I was fixing to say, dude.
It's funny. My oldest kid, came at me earlier today with that as well. She was like, "Dude, this show."
Yeah, we were watching the trailer for it, and it's one of those. Everybody they have debt. They play these games. If you make it out, they pay your debts. It's fucked up.
Yeah. It's like Saw with more Asian.
Yeah.
Right.
But it's a foreign.
Yeah. Speaking of Saw, I've been watching a lot of Saw videos here lately. I don't know why. They keep popping up on my fucking...
Is it the one where the guy breaks down how to get out of the traps? Dude, yeah, I fucking love that dude's channel, man. How good is it?
It's fucking great.
Dude, man. Several months ago, one of those came up, and it was like how to beat every trap in this movie, you know?
Yeah,
and he breaks it down, and then I just couldn't stop watching them.
Yeah, I've been the same way.
It made me kind of want to go back and watch all the movies.
Yeah,
because I only saw a few of them, and then I was like, this is... The last one I saw, I remember being at the practice room and watching that girl dig through that needle pit with her hands, and I was like, I'm out. I've had enough. I can't.
Yeah. Yeah, I watched like the first...
It's good.
3.
I've watched them
4.
all. Every one of them.
Yeah. They break it down to a T, right?
Yeah. It's so
He's
funny.
like, first of all, don't panic. You know, like
like the one where they're all chained to the wall. Did you see that one?
I haven't watched that one.
One person could get everyone out.
Yeah.
But everybody's greedy. They're for themselves.
Yeah.
But there's a way to beat every trap, and he breaks it down on how you beat the traps. Like, they're beatable.
It's fascinating.
But the people panic and just
act a fool.
Yeah.
They about it.
Well, the movie would have been kind of different though if they beat every... He's like, I want to play a game with you. And it's like, how are you so good at the game?
Yeah.
Watch this.
Let's
YouTube
move on
channel.
to the next game.
Yeah.
Yeah, they show me how to beat them all.
I drink game fuel.
They're like, fuck you.
Yeah, those videos are like crack, dude.
They are, yeah. Him and I was watching that, and then I watched a video on the film theorist or film theory, whatever it is. It's the game theory guy, but he does film theory stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And he did a film theory thing on the new Matrix film.
Mm-hmm.
And his idea is that because each new version of the Matrix, they have to leave remnants of the previous Matrix in them.
Yeah. Old
His
code.
idea, yes. Well, not only old code, but what happened in those previous versions of it.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of like, the Bible and you know that it kind of being that thing. But he was saying that with that, Anderson, or whatever you want to call him, Keanu Reeves, is a filmmaker, and he made a film series of the Matrix.
In the Matrix.
And it's in the Matrix.
Yeah, I've been hearing people talk about that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's supposed to be a light commentary on reboots / remakes, along with, of course, all the other metaphorical shit that's in the Matrix,
Yeah.
So, like, and I thought that was pretty, like, his breakdown of it was very interesting. Yeah. Yeah. So, if you ever get a chance, it's a good video. It's like 30 minutes long, but he does a good job. So,
I've been seeing a few people talking about, he may have been a filmmaker, and like The Matrix, that was a set of movies.
Yeah.
Or games or whatever.
Yeah.
And now, you go ahead into the future, and then all this shit's happening, and he's like, whoa, how do I know?
Yeah.
Wow. I haven't seen this trailer. Oh, that's
I haven't seen this. Cowboy Beat Bop.
I have seen some backlash online with the show, but
really?
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to get into it.
We'll talk about it off mic.
I'm sure it'll come up in the future.
Yeah. That's fine with me. I'm ready though.
You ready, Trav?
This is just the intro.
So is the show out?
No.
Okay.
November the 19th.
I've been skeptical of this for quite some time. But this trailer kinda, or not trailer, but the way they did the credits and some of the footage that you see, it's enough of a tease of what we might see in show, and I'm hoping it's decent at best.
Well, hell, let's peep it.
All right.
Yeah, I'm ready when y'all are.
2, 1, play.
This is how the anime starts, by the way. Same song and everything.
Okay. White Castle. Corgi. Spice it up with Zatarans.
It's kind of cool that they use that as the teaser.
I don't know. I hope it's good, because I think that it could be. I feel like it could be an unassuming Tarantino scratch. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Like, it could be done that way. Absolutely. A lot of fast talking, a lot of, you know what I mean? Because
Yeah.
the whole thing is they're all bounty hunters, so like it's them having to track down a target, but like it's gonna go into kind of why they've all ended up in the profession and everything.
That's I can't wait to check it out, to be honest.
Now I'm hyped for this, and I feel like I shouldn't be, but I am. I totally enjoyed the graphic novel.
Yeah. I
Netflix
can't believe.
again.
Yeah, and we're just talking about Sandman and the cast for it like not that long ago. So
Yeah.
I'm kind of interested. Let's go ahead and peep this.
All right. 3, 2, 1, play. That scene looked cool.
Which, if the everything you just saw was literally like the first 2 or 3 pages of the comic,
Wow.
and it looks like they're gonna go like the first arc in the Sandman is a classic homeboys getting his shit back, because you know how they showed the close up of his mask, his
Yeah.
necklace, his bag of sand, like all that shit. Well, he's gonna go get every goddamn one of them things back, dude, and it's fucking awesome.
Hell yeah. I'm excited. I kind of want to peep it, you know.
Like they've and to give you an idea of never mind the fact that he's been captured and imprisoned. He's been captured and imprisoned for a long time, so he's a little fucking pissed. It's
Right.
cool. Like I can't wait because like when he like on his quest to get some of those items back, uh that cinematography is gonna have to pop because there's like he's literally going inside different realms and shit, and they have a really good opportunity to make a visually stunning story with this.
Yeah.
And like that's my 2 cents on it. But I hope it's good. That trailer looked good. That dude looks spot on for a fucking dream.
Yeah. I'm excited for this next
We
trailer.
got another one.
Yeah.
And another.
I guess this is coming out soon.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, dude, it's fucking Idris Elba, man. I mean, when it's got the Eads, you know it's gonna do the deeds.
This is the
It's
one
on
where
you.
they go to the train
Yeah.
and free.
Yeah.
Same
Yeah.
movie, okay.
So is this gonna be a Western?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
It looked like it. But I'm ready. Y'all ready?
Yeah. Let's do it.
I think we've seen this before, haven't
We
we?
haven't seen this trailer because it came out today.
Because I
But
remember
we've
this
seen a
shot.
trailer.
Okay. Yeah, I remember this now. Yeah, I'm ready.
All right, 3, 2, 1, play. Because it didn't start like this. It started with them
Yeah,
riding
like this was the
horses up to
build
the
up, you know?
and then they fuck everybody up in here. Yeah, like we didn't see that. Kind of got a Tarantino vibe.
Yeah.
The D is silent.
It's that chick from the Joker movie.
Man, wasn't
That shit.
expecting that out of a Kang the Conqueror prequel.
That shit looks fucking great, right? Might have to peep that on the pod, you know?
November
Let's
the
go,
3rd.
bang.
Um 13 minutes. I don't know what this is, but you know.
I
Is
saw a
this one of
thing.
them new?
What?
One of them new spicy food challenges?
Possibly.
I saw a caption the other day, and someone said that Suge Knight was the Thanos of rap music.
Mm,
He kind of
I
was.
believe
is
it.
he? Thanos of rap
Yeah, and I was like, that's
music.
funny. Then I just pictured him
Yeah.
just like Thanos. All right, 13 minutes.
Let's
3,
do it.
2, 1, play.
Quiver.
That's that country singer. What's his name? Trace Atkins.
Yeah.
Looks like a supercell.
Yeah.
Should have never went to Ottawa County. All I'm saying is that Twister is the greatest tornado film ever made, and it will never be topped.
Yeah.
Let it go, Joe.
This thing's got satellite comlink. When he's fucking
I've had people
closing
make fun of me for liking that movie, and I'm like, dude, that movie's good. I'm like, fuck
It had a
y'all.
good soundtrack. It had a good soundtrack.
Good
Had
cast.
Bill Paxton, Seymour Hoffman, Eric Clapton on the TV. Fucking, I mean, The Shining was in it. The fucking like it.
What more could you
I
ask?
saw it in the
Roll
theater,
it's
man,
like,
and it was.
You gotta roll the maps.
It was
You gotta roll.
loud.
I didn't roll the maps. Well, there's a big crease through blah 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 blah. I'm just saying, roll the maps. I'll always remember that.
A motherless child.
What
is this?
When
like
he goes
a
into the
documentary?
solo.
Yes.
I watched a Will
Welcome to
Smith Disney Plus thing. There's another show that he's been doing the narration for as well. One Strange Rock, that's what it's called. It's pretty good. I mean, it's just him. It's just him doing narrator work. So I mean,
Wonder where they got that "Welcome to Earth" from.
I know, that's what I was going to say. I like
Earth.
that title. Is he going to be punching aliens in this one?
I got to get me one of these.
He's gonna be. It looks like he's gonna be punching Sweet Vistas with that camera.
Well, let's fucking punch it,
let's
dude.
watch it. Let's see. 3, 2, 1, play. Well, this is Disney, so it's probably connected to it. I don't know how to act. Oh.
Yeah,
Ooh.
same. It's the same people, man.
Yeah.
Like Aronofsky did One Strange Rock as well.
Because you've never climbed a rock. There's an ice wall.
See, I love shit like this, man. Like the National Geographic stuff.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I'm surprised that they let him do stuff like this.
Yeah.
I mean, the insurance is to be crazy.
He needed a reason to get away from the wife and kids.
Hell, it was probably negotiated that he's like, I'm not gonna have anything to do with this if I'm not there. That's some Tom Cruise shit, you know?
Yeah, it looks cool.
Yeah.
I mean, I stuff like that occupies my viewing time when I'm not like movies, man. So
yeah.
that's up my alley for sure.
Shout out to Curiosity Stream.
Big shout out. They don't sponsor this at all. We don't have sponsors, but Curiosity Stream is the shit.
Well, we got trailer
This is
2 of Invasion.
the Apple Alien show.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's get it.
Let's do it.
3, 2, 1, play. Mm-hmm. I hope they do the whole trailer like this. It's just around the corner, guys.
I know.
Hmm.
Don't shoot it. Fuck.
Yeah, it might be friendly. Don't freak out. It's just us from the future. Mm-mm.
I'll put it this way. Something big like that shows up on the planet.
There'll be a lot of people committing suicide.
Of course. But I'm just saying, like, all beef is squashed.
Yeah.
That's what brings the world together, dude.
Like with these shows, you know, it's like some shit happens and it's like, but can Vanessa handle Jerome's betrayal before the invasion? It's like, no, dude, we're good. Let's just stay alive now.
That's what we're gonna do when they show up. Like, and I mean all beef between countries, religions.
Yeah.
It's like,
everything.
motherfucker, we got to work together. The aliens are here.
Yeah. Trailer looks good though.
It does look good. It looks better than 13 minutes.
Yeah, I don't know, dude. 13 minutes is gonna win an award.
Trace Atkins?
Yeah.
That was the dead giveaway. I'm like, it's got Trace Atkins in it.
Yeah.
So have we seen the trailer for a show called Midnight Mass? I can't remember.
We saw a trailer. I don't know.
Yeah.
You may have been on here.
I've been told it's a banger.
Yeah, we did see the trailer for it. Remember, that's the one where they're like coming together, and it almost had that coherence kind of thing.
Kind of know a little bit of what's going on with that, and seems like it's worth it.
I think the first time we watched the trailer, it was like, is this based on a true story? Are we going to Mass?
We're going to.
All right.
Do you guys like licorice?
Red.
You don't like the black?
Do not like that flavor at all.
I love it.
I know you do, dude. You probably like fucking circus peanuts too.
I fucking love them, dude. Yeah, yeah, you're right.
You like candy corn?
Absolutely.
Damn, there was some other fucking candy you like that's weird.
I fuck with candy corn and the harvest
just gets
mix,
old.
dude.
real quick. Like it's just so
why
much
you
sugar. Like
that's why you only eat it once, like one time throughout the year.
I feel like I've had enough.
I like Peeps.
I don't
You
really
know?
like the mushroom.
No.
It's just too the mushroom, the marshmallow. It's just too much marshmallow.
Only time I can handle marshmallow
S'mores.
is when it's with a jelly cream pie.
Good on that.
Yeah. I like
there was
all
something
that
else that you eat that we were like, what? Like old people candy, dude. Like it may have been the circus peanuts.
Yeah. I like the
that is
strawberry. I like Werther's. I like all that
I
old
like
people
Werther's
candy.
stuff. I mean, that's
the
some
orange
great...
those orange gummy rings.
I mean,
Peach
yeah, I
rings?
fuck with them. Yeah.
That's what they are,
I
right?
fuck with them. Yeah. Yeah.
I like peach rings. But
You'll
no, dude,
think
licorice is not. It's such a strange flavor, dude.
I know,
That's
but
an
I love
acquired
it. I don't know
taste.
why. It is.
Licorice,
Man.
like Twizzlers, is the candy that you start eating on Halloween when you're like 4 hours into your sugar high and you're just trying to chase it.
I mean, I like the red. I mean, which is a completely different flavor.
Yeah.
But do you notice, like, when you eat black licorice, it's almost like it burns your tongue.
Yeah.
Y'all know what I'm saying?
Way.
Like, what is that?
Yeah.
There is a Twizzler right now, or was, that were like the typical straws, but they had this extra little gummy center going on.
Yeah, I've had those.
Those were top
I like
notch.
those, the ones that's got that soft.
Yeah.
And the ones you can peel apart.
Yeah,
that's fun.
The ones that you peel apart, like I start peeling and then I'm like, fuck this.
And then you just bite into it.
Yeah. But like I was always a fan of all the candy that people didn't like.
Yeah, because there's always enough of. I mean,
nobody
ate it.
Yeah. So and like there's only a couple of like jelly beans that I'm just like, nah. My favorite is the licorice jelly bean. Yeah. But
oh dude, nothing beats good jelly beans.
I love jelly beans.
I know, right? The Starburst jelly beans are next level.
Yeah,
though.
they're good.
Yep.
Right.
A random hit, Dr. Pepper flavored.
Welcome back to the Jelly Pod.
We just get a fucking bag of jelly beans each week.
Dude, at Publix, they have one of those areas, like, you know when you go in a candy store and they have those tubes?
Yeah.
Where you put the bag under it and fill it up yourself?
Yeah.
Well, they have like gourmet jelly beans, dude. Like
oh, shit.
These jelly beans cost so much more than just a regular pack that I don't like buying them.
Right.
But they are really good.
I'll just say this. If you gentlemen ever find yourselves staring at a Jelly Belly wall, because they do exist, do partake.
They've got some of those on there. Like some of them don't have a name on them, and then some of them will have the Jelly Belly. They charge so much more for those.
But you get so much. You get
a
fucking like 2 pounds of that shit.
Yeah.
I mean, all the jelly beans for the whole year.
And the way I eat them, dude, just a handful of them. If there's a black one in there, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
It just mixes together. I just don't like to eat them by themselves.
The lime ones, the green ones are great.
All right, licorice pizza.
Yeah.
Directed by Paul Thomas Anderson, so we know what we're in store for here.
He just described his cinematic style.
Licorice pizza.
Yeah.
What kind of movies do you make? What's your style? And he's like, licorice pizza. It's like
that's the name. That's the name. That's what I'm gonna start calling his shots, where it's like those big wide shots that are symmetrical.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With the wide lens.
Man, he's coming in with the licorice pizza, dude.
He likes doing a wide lens, even on a close up.
Yeah, he don't give a fuck, dude.
Because I throw the wide lens on.
I mean, if he had his way, he'd
Which
have
lens you want us to use?
every day.
LP.
He has a bag just filled with them, he's like, that's the only frame I'll ever need.
All right, let's check it out. 3, 2, 1, play.
I mean, all jokes aside, it's a great angle though. It's some good shots.
Yeah, he's a good filmmaker. Oh shit, Bradley Cooper.
Is that Sean Penn?
It is.
What is he doing here?
Licorice pizza. What does that have to do with this? You know?
I mean, it's like vegetable lasagna, dude. I'll always think of that canceled show called Life on Mars because this is the title song for it.
Damn.
I know who the new Wolverine should be now.
Is that fucking Tom Waits?
It looks like him. It's got to be him.
I'm here to get a bunch of young
that's
kids
him.
drunk as shit.
That's how they got Sean Penn. Tom Waits is going to be in it. I'm in. What? Okay.
I mean, I kind of want to watch it in that weird Paul Thomas Anderson kind of way,
Oh,
you
yeah.
know?
Yeah. I mean, it looks like a funny time, a good coming of age film.
Yeah, yeah. Great song choice, though, you know?
Mhm.
Oh shit, is this the long awaited Pantera biopic?
I hope so, you know? This is Netflix. A death angel appears. People hear predictions on when they will die. When the time comes, a death angel appears in front of them and kills them.
It's the
Okay.
most metal sounding concept album ever.
Now I'm just going out on a limb here. From the thumbnail, it looks a foreign.
Yeah, a little bit.
Just the CGI on that. We'll see.
Looking ahead, you can't confirm.
Let's see. 3, 2, 1, play. Oh. And there's nothing wrong with
Okay.
that. Being a foreign.
It's like Drag Me to Hell on like a way bigger scale.
Yeah.
You all right, man?
It's the opening shot, I bet. Are they fucking huge? That would be the shit.
Oh, you know it's a kaiju. I like how they
What the
cut.
fuck? Oh, it's a series.
Look at these things. He's
Is
like,
this
he's
based on
mine.
a fucking anime or a manga?
Why are they after him?
It's just time, bro.
Yeah, but they're fucking other people up in the process. Like,
We're being chased by a bunch of Hulks, dude. That's scary.
we're here to talk to you about our Lord and Savior.
Don't smoke, children.
Whoa.
That's fucking
That
cool.
was
They
cool.
just vaporize him.
Interested?
Looks like a campy good time, dude.
That's fucking nutty.
Netflix killing it.
Yeah, we'll watch, you know?
That thumbnail to the right, the new movie trailers, it shows that fucking thing with the wings and shit.
Yeah.
That's from a movie called Gantz Zero, and that shit was boss.
Gantz. Can't with the
Yeah.
Gantz. All right. Army of Thieves. Official trailer. We had a teaser a while back.
Oh man, it's just like fucking slap fight.
Mm.
All right, let's do it. This is gonna be the weirdest goddamn franchise ever.
Yeah, I know, right?
Like it's it really is just random as shit, dude. It's like, yeah, we have this zombie movie we're making. It's gonna be a zombie universe where we've walled off Vegas. Okay, this movie is about fucking like lockpicks, man.
Well,
Because
to
this
be
guy,
fair though, it's like everybody that watched the movie was like, "Damn, I wanted more of that guy." Like even the
I
people
mean,
that made it were like, "If we could just have more of him," and they're like, "We can. We'll make a
everybody go
prequel."
home, but you and you and you stay. We got 3 more weeks of shooting.
Y'all ready?
Yeah,
Yep.
dude.
3, 2, 1, play.
Whoever can get to the birth certificates first gets the
one.
job.
Oh. I thought it was
I'm
gonna
gonna
be like
spend this
years
whole.
before that happened, you know? Is that the chick from Game of Thrones?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Grey Worms lady, Miss Sunday, I think.
Unsullied.
Oh God, they didn't call you boy,
Muscle.
baby.
I mean,
Wrong universe. Never mind.
dude's like discount Wolverine, ain't he?
Yeah, it's like you get 10% off Questlove too. To our smart-ass, condescending, witty liners, you're gonna get out of here. By the way, Scorpion holds all of this, so you're gonna have to deal with that.
Oh, I love a good Nixon mask in a bank robbery. Spirit fingers, dude.
Let me guess, the next movie is gonna be called Army of Lovers,
I hope so.
and it's gonna be him lockpicking the world's biggest vinyl vault to the song "I'm Crucified." Anyway,
All right. Are you ready for this fucking trailer, Trev?
yes,
It looks good.
I hope it's like told. I hope this is like one of the stories that Palpatine and Anakin were talking about at the opera. Have you ever heard of the tragedy of
Yeah.
Macbeth, the
Yeah,
paranoid?
Denzel Washington, you can call him Zell.
Yeah, I'm ready. This
All
is probably going to be really good.
3, 2, 1, play.
Already sold.
Yeah, the visuals, dude.
Mm. You will not call him Denzel in this movie. Dude, is that fucking Francis McDormand?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
I want more trailer.
I think that's all they're gonna give us.
That looks fucking great.
Just a tip.
Yes. I need more.
Or
Anyway. No, dude, I'm on for that. Pod like that.
Yeah, right. I mean,
Throw it in the pod vault, damn it.
and vault.
the
Pod
Paul.
vault.
There's a vault.
The room of cinematic requirement.
I would find you.
We're gonna watch Candyman next week, right?
Candyman.
We're gonna be some victims, dog.
Dude, I'm hearing,
excited.
and then we got Candyman, Old Halloween Kills. Dude, there's great. I saw comments on Old that were like, I haven't seen a movie this good in a long time.
I'm
Yeah.
excited.
So I'm
for that.
excited.
Yeah.
But Candyman.
I'm
Finally.
excited for Candyman because this franchise has needed some.
The trailers were good.
If there was a horror icon that needed to be rebooted, absolutely Candyman. Because we've gotten 2 iterations of Halloween. I mean, as much as I'm a Hellraiser fan, that movie's gotten its own. You know what I mean? Like, and Candyman was a damn good movie.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a product of its time, so the age is there. You can feel the year, but it's still really, really good.
Yeah. I'm excited for it, man. This whole next month is gonna be fucking bangers.
Yeah, that's what we're kicking off Podtober with.
Yeah.
So I want to make a or not make, but I want to ask so Dune drops this month.
Okay.
Do we have a contingency for it?
I mean, we're gonna see it when it comes out. Griffin's gonna be gone 1 week.
Yeah.
In October, there's a vacation, so that's why there's only 3 movies in there. When does Dune drop?
October the 22nd.
Okay.
Will that be smack dab?
That is the Friday before the last week of October.
Yeah. So what we can do, I mean, we could go ahead and do, because we got to watch Halloween Kills that last week in October. And then the week after that, November the 2nd.
Yeah.
Because it's one of those situations where I'm going to take advantage of the slate being released on HBO Max.
Oh, I'm going to watch it as soon as it drops.
But this might be the movie that pulls me to the theater, though.
Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't watch Shang-Chi.
If I watch it and I start having what I'm going to consider the Man of Steel effect,
you turn it off.
I'm cutting it off and I'm going to go, yeah.
I mean,
that's
it's going
a
to be epic.
lie. I will finish it.
Yeah,
and
you'll
watch enjoy it. But I will go to the theater.
Well, just imagine
and experience it.
If you get to watch it at home, that first viewing, and then because the whole first time you're trying to process what's happening.
Yeah.
And then you go to the theater, so you don't have to worry about that. You can really focus on things. Y'all know what I'm talking about.
Yeah,
That second viewing's nice sometimes.
Yeah, it is.
And I mean, this movie's supposed to have a shit ton of scope. I also caught wind that it is a long one.
I'm fine with that.
Yeah.
House of Atreides, dude.
Probably not long enough.
Hell yeah.
You know.
Fear is the mind killer, my friends.
Yeah. Hey, who controls the spice?
When the fear is gone, only I will remain.
Today's weather, partly cloudy. Happy Friday.
Or like when South Park spoofed it and they're like, the spice melange.
Podtober.
Yeah, Podtober kicking it off with candy.
I swear. We've got to start the pods now where Adam just goes full Lynch at the beginning, like, welcome to Real Estate Pod.
Episode 232. Coming to you from an undisclosed location.
It was chilly and
Lynch's
partly
backyard.
cloudy today.
Candy corn time. I don't know.
Cornucopia time.
The check's in the mail.